Welcome to The Explainer. So, you're right in the middle of packing boxes, coordinating movers, and basically trying to keep your entire life organized. It's a lot, right? Relocation logistics can feel absolutely overwhelming. But today, we're going to focus on streamlining one of the most critical parts of your move, setting up those essential utility services. Specifically, we're diving into exactly how you navigate the online setup for electric and natural gas services through Peoples Gas and their regional affiliates. Let's get into it.
Look, we've all been there. You're moving into a new place, and just the sheer thought of waiting on hold for hours with multiple utility companies, it adds a massive headache to an already super stressful week. But here's the really good news. Utility companies have completely overhauled their digital infrastructure. You can actually handle almost all of this right from your laptop or smartphone, without ever having to pick up the phone. Let's dive in and see exactly how convenient these online registration portals have actually become.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet Peoples Gas Services. Then we'll cover prepping your application info, walk through the step-by-step online setup, look at managing your online account, and finally, wrap up with some essential tips, benefits, and troubleshooting.
Section 1. Meet Peoples Gas Services, a legacy of reliable utilities. They've actually been operating since the late 1800s, and they've brilliantly translated that historic reliability into a really seamless digital customer experience.
Section 2. Prepping your application info, gathering the essentials. Let's quickly look at exactly what you need to grab before you even open your web browser. Trust me, getting this together now will save you hours of frustration later.
To kick things off, you're absolutely going to need a valid photo ID and your social security number, or an equivalent. Why? Well, utility companies require these multiple points of identification to run soft credit checks, prevent identity fraud, and just make sure your billing is totally accurate. You'll also need proof of your new residence. Think a lease or a closing document. And finally, pinpoint your desired start date. It's highly recommended you schedule this activation at least 5 to 7 business days in advance. That way, you ensure everything is turned on the second you unlock your new front door.
Section 3. Step-by-step online setup, navigating your region. So, how exactly do you set up both electric and gas? Well, it depends entirely on the specific state you're moving to.
There's a pretty sharp regional divide here. Down in Florida, Peoples Gas operates as an integrated sister utility under TECO. What that means for you is a unified digital portal where you can set up both your electric and your natural gas at the exact same time. Super easy. But if you're looking at Illinois and Pennsylvania, they use a dual-track system. In cities like Chicago and Pittsburgh, the electric and gas utilities are completely segmented corporate entities. That means you have to navigate two completely separate registration paths. Let's check out the Florida setup first, because it's incredibly frictionless. You simply visit the unified TECO and Peoples Gas portal, punch in your new zip code and address, and fill out a single application. And boom, you're done with both utilities. Just to give you an idea of the costs in this region, the average monthly gas bill sits right around $105, with rates generally fluctuating between 9 and 25 cents per therm, plus your standard base monthly charge.
Now, if you're moving to Chicago, you're on that dual-track system. Step 1, you have to register your electricity completely separately with Commonwealth Edison, mostly known as ComEd. Step 2, you then navigate over to the dedicated Peoples Gas Chicago portal for your natural gas. When you're filling out that online form, they'll use your social security number and previous billing address just to validate that you don't have any prior accounts currently sitting in arrears.
But here is a crucial detail for Chicago. They have a really strict regulatory requirement. Unlike electricity, which can often just be flipped on remotely with a smart meter, Chicago gas activation demands a physical technician visit to test the integrity of your gas lines and appliances. An adult 18 or older absolutely must be present for this. And listen, if you live in an apartment building, you have to ensure that technician has physical access to any locked utility closets or basements. If they can't get in, your activation order gets canceled and your service is going to be delayed. No one wants that.
Moving over to Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh folks also face a parallel track. For your electricity, you'll register with Duquesne Light Company, or DLC. Then, for your natural gas, head over to peoplesaccount.com. This portal is honestly quite user-friendly. You'll input your start date, your social security number, and they'll also ask for a few specific household occupancy and income details as part of their standard residential start service request.
There is one specific exception in Pittsburgh you definitely need to know about, though. If your new property requires structural changes, say you're splitting a meter for a duplex or adding some massive new gas appliances, you cannot just use the standard online form. Instead, you've got to complete a physical gas service application that details the exact BTU or CFA tradings of all that equipment. Then this multi-page document has to be emailed or faxed directly to their marketing department.
Section 4, Managing Your Online Account. Features and Billing. Okay, so moving day's over. Your lights are on, the stove works. Now we shift from setup mode straight into account management mode. When you log into that e-account dashboard, you're going to find some fantastic features designed specifically to make your monthly financial life easier. First up is budget billing. If you live in Western PA or Chicago, you know firsthand just how harsh those winters can be. Budget billing averages out your annual costs so you aren't hit with massive, totally unpredictable spikes in January. You've also got direct debit, which automatically pulls your payment right from your checking account. That means you never miss a due date or waste money buying stamps. Plus, there's robust usage monitoring that lets you track exactly how much energy you're actually consuming.
And here's a really neat digital tool, 30. That's the number of days in advance you can schedule a future-dated ACH payment right through your People's e-account. Think about it. If you get paid on the 1st of the month, but your utility bill isn't actually due until the 20th, you can just log in, schedule that payment for the exact day you want, and completely check it off your mental to-do list. It's a surprisingly small feature that massively simplifies managing your monthly utilities.
Section 5, Tips, Benefits, and Troubleshooting, Maximizing Your Service. Let's wrap things up by exploring some regional energy choices and a few expert insights to help you maintain a completely smooth utility relationship.
One of the most fascinating aspects of living in Illinois or Pennsylvania is that they are deregulated energy markets. What does that mean for you? Well, while Peoples Gas or ComEd delivers the power and maintains all the pipes and wires, you actually have the power to choose your own energy supplier. By default, you just pay the utility's price to compare, like ComEd's current default of 9.6 cents per kilowatt hour. But through programs like Pennsylvania Energy Choice, you can totally shop around. You can look for competitive retail suppliers or even green energy plans that might offer different rates or terms that better fit your specific lifestyle.
Now, if you happen to be a property manager or a landlord, here is an absolute game changer of an expert insight just for you: the Landlord Automatic Transfer Program. By submitting one really simple transfer form, you can ensure that whenever a tenant moves out and stops their service, the account automatically reverts right back into your name for a small fee. This is brilliant because it protects your rental properties from total gas shutoffs during vacancies, it prevents those dreaded frozen pipes in the winter, and saves you from paying expensive reactivation fees.
Before we finish up today, I do need to drop a quick professional disclaimer. The utility landscape is literally always evolving. Online portals update, default rates change, and safety protocols get refined over time. So while this explainer gives you a highly accurate blueprint based on current data, you should always double-check the exact protocols and current pricing directly through the official Peoples Gas websites or their customer service lines for your specific zip code.
And there you have it. What used to be an incredibly stressful day of making phone calls and waiting on hold can now be handled with just a few clicks from your couch. By gathering your documents early, understanding your specific regional requirements, and really leveraging those powerful online dashboards, you can make absolutely sure your lights are on and your house is warm the second you step through that door. So, the only question left is, are you ready to conquer your move and take control of your utilities online today? Dive into those portals and make this relocation an absolute breeze.